Hello everyone and welcome back to another Warcraft 3 gameplay cast with me, Thendis32. If you did not watch game number 1 in this best of 5, get out. It's your last chance before I spoil it for you. In a very different strategy, Infi did win. He stayed on tier 1 and masked up footmen and riflemen, which actually really screwed Czech over because even though with his late tech and being ahead on tech, he was still pretty Huntress based, which we all know Huntresses don't do that well versus Riflemen. But this is game number 2. Let's see if this is his time to shine. Let's introduce these players. Spawning as the blue Night Elf, we have Czech. And his opponent. Spawning as the teal human representing Team VG, we have Infi. Human versus Night Elf here on Echo Isles, and it looks like Czech wants to go for that really risky Ancient of War creep. But if he can get away with this, he can get a pretty nice item and, of course, early access to mercs. The Troll Shadow Priest is very nice, especially if your verse is an Archmage, so you can, of course, abolish away that Water Elemental. But, as we saw in Terranus stand, Czech's not afraid to pull out the Warden, and we all know Echo Isles is a pretty decent Warden map. So let us see what it will be. We do see the Warden, first tier choice for Czech again. Meanwhile, Mountain King first again for Infi, so a little bit of deja vu from the last game. This is, of course, Echo Isles. Expansions are pretty easy to take. The gold mine is, of course, protected by that Ogre Magi and Forest Troll Trapper. And there is one important thing about Echo Isles. There is only one shop. So players do have to fight for the boots. They do have to fight for the scrolls, the invuln pots, the dusts, all the good stuff they gotta fight for. Now, Infi, with this peasant setup, it looks like he is gonna try to steal one of the mercs from Czech. Will Czech allow that to happen? Of course he's not gonna let it, but can he stop it? Yeah, and with the Mountain King first and the altar being pointed down below, is Infi gonna militia creep his merc camp, or is he gonna go straight for that expansion? We all know Infi loves him some towers. I mean, he's basically called the tower race for a reason, but it looks like he wants to creep out his merc camp. Meanwhile, did he steal? Yes, he did. Infi stole the Shadow Priest from Czech. Very nice work. Czech really doesn't need it right away due to the fact that it's not an Archmage first out of Infi, but the healing is always nice. Alright, Ring of Regeneration, the item to start off the Warden of Czech, and a Ring of Protection +3 to start the game off for the Mountain King of Infi. And of course, level 2 on both players. A lot of repairs going on that Ancient of War. I'm keeping my eye out for another early Hunter's Hall. Meanwhile, the Footman attacking away. Wisp gonna go into the Moonwall to protect him. And another early Hunter's Hall out of Czech. So it will be another Huntress opening. If you see a Hunter's Hall before tech, of course the Night Elf is going to go for Huntresses. But it really just depends on how committed they are. Elves can get a Huntress opener and still get a decently timed tech. It just depends how many Ancients of War they produce. And so far it looks like Czech is going to stay on one Ancient of War for production. So I don't think his tech's going to be too delayed. Meanwhile, Infi pulling more militia. He is going to go for that expansion play. Double Shadow Priest in hand. So that the Warden can snipe those away with the Shadow Strikes. That'll be pretty decent experience for her. So yeah, Infi going for the expansion. What will that Ogre Magi drop? Ring of Protection. So +5 armor in the Mountain King. Ring of Protections are pretty bad if you think about it. But if they stack up, it's actually not terrible. That Mountain King can take a lot of attacks. What is that, 8 armor? It's pretty good for a dwarf. Alright, now both these players are going to go in for the shop. This is what I said. Shop control's so important. Are they fighting for the boots? But Infi getting him. Sold one of his rings. Picked up a Staff of TP. And Boots of Speed. So, yeah. In Czech, we'll have to wait to get the boots and all that stuff. Nice Shadow Meld, though. He has one more Shadow Strike in him. But at the same time, Infi with plenty of Storm Bolts, and Czech with no counter expansion, but Infi is, of course, going to run in, make sure neither of these players are hackers, of course. And there's the 2-2 out of Czech. Infi's tech pretty delayed, obviously, with the fast expansion.
A player's forces.
And unlike Tyrannus Stand, there is no Goblin Shredder on this map, so he might want to think about building quite a bit more woodworkers. Infi will, if he wants to get his tech. And the Huntress getting revealed. Not sure if Infi picked up dust. He did pick up dust, so that Huntress cannot hide in the shadows. But it looks like Czech is going to send her in the scout just to confirm this expansion. But I'm pretty sure deep down Czech knew this expansion was coming.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, Footman getting caught out with the Shadow Strike. Nice block by the Huntress. Will take him down. Every level that Warden gets is just more and more hell for Infi. And yeah, so every little bit that Warden gets closer to level 3, the better and better and better it'll be for Czech for that level 2 Shadow Strike. And I'm going to assume he went for Blink due to the fact that Bolt surrounds, but there is a chance, of course, he went for Fan and Knife second. That's going to be pretty mana heavy, though. Meaning you're going to want to bank that Warden up with plenty of potions, as she just got level 3 and Claws of Attack +6. So yeah, 2-2 just about to finish up. Czech still without a counter expansion of his own. Oh, Bolt onto the Warden. Mountain King just running on in. Showing his presence. Basically, Infi's showing how big his balls are. It's like, yeah, you got a Warden. So what? I got a Mountain King. And there's that double Ancients of Lore, Nature's Blessing upgrade. And a Staff of Teleportation. So yeah, Infi's expansion up and secured. His economy's going to be flowing. Even with the delayed tech, human players still get a really fast tier 2 army. Well, as soon as the human player hits tier 2, they're if you pay attention to their food count, it just skyrockets through the roof. That is how fast a human player can make an army. Like, double Arcane Sanctum Workshop is so good versus Elf. Get the mortars, get the casters, get the spellbreakers, some gyros to deal with the fairy dragons, and you got yourself an army. But it looks like Czech is going to go for that counter expansion. Nice Footman scout out of Infi. So he knows that's there. He can possibly try to go and cancel it, as it's pretty cancelable while it's building. Very, very weak when it's building. I think when Night Elf buildings and Undead buildings are, you know, summoning, producing, they take extra damage from basically everything. Not sure how that works, but I think it's safe to assume that is how it works. And right now, Czech with the shop control does pick up an Invuln Pot and a Scroll of Healing. And he's going to creep away, sell some of those worthless items. Meanwhile, Healing Scroll on Infi's army. Now going to tier 2, so he's not going to try that mass tier 1 Rifleman Footman play that won him game number 1. Oh, Bulkin the Warden. This thing actually be very bad. Oh my god, the Warden is going to die. Oh, that is the ultimate creep check. Huntress is going to run in. Czech's got to get her from that Neutral Hero Tavern. I don't think he can afford her, though. Bolt going to catch the Troll Berserker. How much gold does Czech have? Okay, he had enough. Warden is back into play. But that was a very nice creep check. And the Tree of Life still not finished up. So this does give Infi a little bit of a time window to do quite a bit of damage to it. Not sure if Czech's going to let it stay up. The Ancient War is up. Brood are going to try to come in and shoo away. Oh, that Tree of Life is going to be forced to cancel. Very nice hit out of Infi. But yeah, that Warden snipe. Lucky for Czech, the Warden did have a replenishment pot on her, so was able to get her health back. Some of the mana is coming back. But yeah, Infi basically denying this expansion. Keeping Czech on one base. Czech is on his way to tier 3, but that expansion delayed his tier 3 quite a bit, so he's not going to have those Master Bears right away. And Master Bears is definitely important versus human. Bolt onto the Shadow Priest will take him down, and a level 4 from the green spot. Meanwhile for Infi, tier 2 just now finishing up. The Blacksmith a little bit late, but that does show me that it will be workshop play, as you do need the Blacksmith to build the human workshops. And Czech gonna try for this expansion yet again. Let's see if he'll be able to get it up this time. Tree of Lives are actually kind of slow on their production. I guess it's quicker than the Undead Gold Mine, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do like a test and run a timer while I build all that. And right now, Czech trying to go in for a tag. Bolt coming in, and Infi is gonna TP away. It was 48 supply versus 30, so I'm not really sure why Infi TP'd. I guess he doesn't want to make too many mistakes. Level 3 Warden is kind of scary, so I can't really blame him there. But a level 4 Mountain King is not something to shrug off. He only has one more bolt left in the system. Warden getting level 4. Oh, long range bolt onto the Shadow Priest. Will pop shot him down. Shadow Strike, Fanonized, does snipe the Troll Berserker. Oh, now checks Warden getting surrounded, forcing her to use the TP. And yeah, check revealed that they would Fanonize second, so no blink out of him. Even though he had no mana, there still was no chance in hell he was getting out of that surround. But now that he's starting to get bears, he can of course rejuvenate away, the mastery training on the way, allowing them to become bears. And a lot of other players would say that an elf bear army is unbearable.
The town is under siege.
Ooh. Okay. I wasn't expecting the Griffin Aviary play, but nice Whip Scout out of check. In tier 3, so looks like Infi wants to go that human air route. Maybe Night Griffin? Maybe. I could see Night Griffin. Oh, bolt onto the Warden. Does lose that Shadow Priest. Shadow Priests are very squishy units. Oh, last bolt gonna go on the Warden just to stun her up. But yeah, looks like this Tree of Life will actually be finishing up. The Mountain King should be able to keep that Entangled Gold Mine from getting up though. Oh, as I lag. Oh, sorry, let me just pause this at one quick little second. So, games as good as these don't deserve high encoding OBS. Oh, yeah, so like I said, does delay the mining, just keeping that expansion from getting entangled. Nice fan and eyes out of the Warden, though. Does get a footman, and we do see the Blood Mage's second hero choice. His Siphon Mana ability, of course, is going to be pretty nice, draining away the mana from the Warden. And check, still trying to get this Haunted Entangled Gold Mine up, but the Mountain King being furious here, not letting it go up.
Are under attack.
But it is free, so check can keep spamming the Entangled Gold Mine hotkey. And alright, so we do have the Griffin Stormhammer on the way, along with the Cloud of the Dragonhawk. So Infi gonna go with this pure air composition here. And finally the Mountain King will shoot away, allowing Check to get that expansion up. So yeah, with Check did see those Griffin Aviaries. Don't lie to me. Okay, yes, you did see him.
A player's forces are under attack.
He did see him, so I would think he would want to start maybe getting Dryads, a few more Dryads. Griffins are magic damage dealers, so they can't attack the Dryads. So basically, Infi's going to have to rely on fighting by his towers or focusing the Dryads down with the Dragonhawks. His Dragonhawks are piercing damage units. And the +3 damage on the way. I mean, those Griffins are going to start off with some great upgrades.
A player's forces are under attack.
And I'm going to assume he got the Animal War training from the barracks. Increased health for mounted units such as Knights, Griffins, and Dragonhawks. Yeah, so far no one's doing much. Both players have an expansion. Both players are just preparing themselves for the late game. Triple Ancients of Wind out of check, so he will have some Hippogriffs to deal with this. But if Infi can get a good chunk of Dragonhawks out, he can, of course, aerial shackle quite a few of the Hippogriffs. But yeah, so far he's not really building much in the way of Dragonhawks, just more and more Griffins who are at 2-0 upgrades, the +3 damage almost finishing up, and then I'm sure he'll start the armor. At least I think he would.
Player's forces are under attack.
So far, only 4 Hippogriffs. And yeah, Check might want to start getting upgrades, although he's pretty scrapped for resources. Right now, it is 55 supply versus 62. So both these players are into that low upkeep, so they're only making 7 gold per mining trip. Yeah, and both are kind of screwed for wood, actually. Oh, never mind. Ooh, good amount of wood out of Check. Infi's screwed for wood. Only has 1 wood in total. Yeah. Echo Isles does suck. Humans love their shredders, especially when they fast expand. So maps like Echo Isles, Turtle Rock, you know, those maps without a shredder. Although Turtle Rock's kind of a different story since human players, it's not impossible for them to expand on it, they just don't like to. Because it's kind of hard to hold the expansion. But yeah, check is nearby. It looks like Infi wanted to do some damage here. Tons of Griffin Riders, and with that higher Stormbolt, oh, and the level 2 on the Blood Mage, we might see Banish here. So the Warden might get really nuked down. It depends. The Dryads can abolish the Banish. And we do have the Hippogriffs with the Roar on him, chasing down the Griffin. Staff Sanctuary gonna go down into 1. Shadow Strike gonna hit the Troll Berserker. Meanwhile, the rest of Check's army focusing down at Infi's Mountain King. Alright, so it is confirmed. It is Banish and not Flame Strike. So basically what Banish is say Check's Bear got banished. If he got Storm Bolted or the Griffins attacked him, he would take loads of extra damage. But right now we have to worry about this. Phantom Knives from the Warden. Aerial Shackle is going to catch some of the Hippogriffs, but the rest of them on top of these Griffins doing loads of damage. Level 6 on the Warden. Will we see the Avatar of Vengeance? Meanwhile, the Hippogriffs still chasing away the rest of Infi's air. There's the Avatar of Vengeance and another Phantom Knives. Meanwhile, the Hippogriffs pretty much killing all the air army out of Infi.
A player's forces are under attack.
Still trying to chase him down. Griffin getting caught, not getting microed. Infi even tried to get shop control with the tower. Won't be able to keep that tower up. So right now, check with the shop control. He's able to get the scrolls. He's going to pick up a healing scroll. Right, I can't see what's available in the replay. Okay, so he does pick up a healing scroll. But yeah, Infi might want to think about changing army comps. He's starting to get more Dryads, Dragonarchs. He was a bit more Griffin focused versus of all those Hippogriffs. Wasn't really the best. And these Ancients Wind uprooted. And Check's starting to build bears. He thinks Infi's trying to make a transition. We even see the Demon Hunter as the second hero choice, just so he can mana burn away that Mountain King. But yeah,
a player's
Check
forces are under attack.
Stopping Hippogriff production. He's getting bears. I'm not sure that's the wisest decision, as Infi's still sticking with this air army comp. I mean, yeah, he did get a couple knights, actually a knight. So I think this is a pretty big misread out of Check here. We do see the Paladin third from Infi. But yeah, I think this is a huge misread. Warden with the anti-magic pot, gonna be able to deny those storm bolts, and even getting a Toma retraining.
Players' forces are under
Ooh,
attack.
will we see some Blink harassments? Oh, we do see Blink. Nice Blink, gonna jump right over Infi's army. So yeah, the Warden is gonna go in with the anti-magic pot. Her mana won't get drained away. Infi even starting to get some workshops here, maybe for the Griffin, gyros. Oh, Bolt gonna go down onto the bear. Meanwhile, at the same time, will the Warden blink in? Oh, nothing's happening. Alright, we have the Griffins coming in. Aerial Shackle is getting all those Hippogriffs. The Warden is gonna be forced to staff it right back inside. Mana burn onto the Paladin. Healing Scroll being used by Check, I believe. Now we have Siphon Mana going down onto the Warden. Roar coming in from the bear. Staff Sanctuary onto a Dragonarch. It's hard to tell what's going on. Warden gonna blink right in. Phantom Knives coming in. Gonna hit all of those women. Bear getting pretty low, but Infi does TP away. And that did reveal to Check all those Dragonarchs. So wherever your Ancients of Wind are, my friend, you might want to start rooting them down and getting some units. He's just gonna build more Dryads. Dryads are pretty good anti-air, don't get me wrong, but that's a lot of piercing damage. And we see tanks. Okay, so yeah, tanks coming in for Infi. Tanks are pretty nice versus Night Elf, able to siege away. You could attack in the main, like, you know, distract Check at his expansion and then attack him in his main base with the tanks. Yeah. I don't know why that was so hard to explain. You think I've been casting long enough, I'd have an easier time.
Players' forces are under attack.
Right now, Infi, I would say, has the map control, but we do see the invisibility potion on that Warden. Let's see if she tries to go in for some cheeky harassment. At the same time, we have the Mountain King coming in. Is he going to try to bolt a wisp? Ooh, one of Infi's Knights getting caught. There's the blink right on in. Phantom Knives going to hit some of those units. Meanwhile, bolt onto the Demon Hunter. Mountain King going to TP right on in. The Avatar of Vengeance being popped in Infi's main here. There's plenty of corpses for those Spirits of Vengeances. Even a Knight gonna lose. That's a huge loss. Infi, he needs to get that Warden out. He's gonna try to force it to TP away. Infi gonna attack into Check's expansion yet again. Right now it's currently 68 supply versus 76. Alright, and there's the staff of teleportation from the Warden. And keep yourself right on in. Siphon mana onto the Demon Hunter. Oh, and the Mountain King getting focused down. He just got level 5. Holy Light will go down on him. Staff of Sanctuary gonna save a Footman. Ooh. But good move out of Infi there, forcing the staff. But Check still with the Avatar here. Still with some corpses to summon more Spirits of Vengeances. Infi gonna continue the pressure. He's got pretty good hero force. 5-3-2. Siphon mana go down into the Mountain King. Mana burn onto him as well. Blink right on in. Fan and Knives. Level 7 on the Warden. Now we have the Mountain King getting focused down. Holy Light does go down onto him. And the Invuln Pot is switched off. Now we see the Stormbolt onto the Warden. Oh, Fan and Knives gets him down. Level 2 on the Demon Hunter. Infi not using the Invuln Pot. Paladin gonna use the Divine Shield. Oh my god, the nuke is real. Fan of Knives getting the Dragonhawks. Oh, Mountain King gonna be forced. He's gotta get resurrected in the Neutrality Tavern. So he does. That's pretty expensive. Sorry if I got loud there. I was not expecting that. I was expecting the Mountain King to pop the Invuln Pot. Oh, long range bolt gonna catch a Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter is only at level 2. He does have a healing pot though. Now we have the Dragonauts focusing down the Dryads. Level 3 on the Demon Hunter. Another bolt will catch him, though. Oh, Nelly. Oh, Nelly. Oh, Demon Hunter. Oh, is he going to live? Yes, he will. Staff of Preservation. Holy Light onto the Mountain King. Meanwhile, the Avatar of Vengeance just doing a lot of damage. Actually crippling Infi's income here, as he's not been able to mine at his main for quite a while. So he's just been mining off his expansion gold mine. Oh, another blink in. Fan of Knives. Now the Mountain King getting focused down. Siphon mana onto the Demon Hunter. We'll take a lot of it away. And Infi gonna TP away. Another Fan of Knives. And this Warden is just gruesome, level 7. Oh, it does so much damage. So good. Warden's so good. And yeah, Check's been keeping good control on the shop. He's been the one picking up most of the scrolls and potions, picking up the Invuln, healing scroll, and another invisibility pot. Not really as much mana on the Warden, although she is sucking on a clarity pot. But will she try to go for Avatar harassment, or is he going to keep the pressure in the main? It looks like he wants to keep the pressure in the main. Infi is relatively nearby to defend, though. But I want to see a sexy Fan of Knives come in from Check's Warden. And I think we will, as Infi's moving away. Oh, so there's the blink. Fan of Knives getting 3 peasants. Alright, gonna suck at even more clarity. Maybe try to get enough mana for that Avatar of Vengeance. Infi not even gonna try to deal with this. Once again, he's gonna have to try to force a TP. Gonna attack into Check's Expo, but his army's already planted here. It's 68 supply. Versus 46. Oh my god. Infi dropping in the no upkeep. That's not good. Sorry. Warden is going to staff right back in. Oh, Fan of Knives does catch at least 2 of the Dragonhawks. Staff Sanctuary going to go down to 1. Another one on the other. But now the Mountain King getting pretty slowed down. Mana burn. But yeah, Dryad slow from their spears, making it pretty annoying, allowing Chad to get more free shots, more mana burns in. Demon Hunter did manage to get level 3, so of course level 2 mana burns, pretty nice. Oh, Bolt gonna go down onto him though. And what are the upgrades? I haven't really checked the upgrades. It's 2-1 upgrades for Check versus 3-2 for Infi. So Check with the better army here, Infi with the better upgrades. I don't think it really evens out. There's that Banish I was talking about. Banish Bolt doing a lot of damage on the bear. Gonna staff him away. You can actually use the human player's Banish for you. Like, if Check would have rejuvened that bear while he was banished, he would have gotten healed for a crap ton more than he would have outside of Banish. So, yeah. It's just stuff to think about.
A player's force
on how to try to make the human spells work for you. Yeah, Infi gonna try to attack in the Czech's main where it's not as defended. But Dryad's just running right on in. The Wisp getting focused down. Now we have the Dryads focusing down the Blood Mage a little bit. Meanwhile, Infi's there killing a lot of Czech's Wisps. Yeah. Bolt onto the Warden. Mana burn gonna drain what's left of the Mountain King's mana. Lots of nuke coming in, but not enough to kill that Mountain King. And Holy Light, Siphon Mana gonna go down onto him. These Dragonhawks and Infi still hanging around. Might try to harass the Wisps over the tree line. There they go. Czech finally starting to get Hippogriffs back into production. I do believe that is the correct call there. But he's going to have to get quite a bit of Hippogriffs to deal with all those Dragonhawks and their aerial shackles. Bear getting caught out. Oh, a little bit sloppy there. Gonna lose that bear. Especially since we're starting to get to that point in the game where I'm sure the gold mines are running low.
Players' forces are under attack.
Infi with less than 2k gold in total for him to mine at his expansion and his main. Holy Light onto the Dragonhawk. Both players still deja-vuing around. Czech playing it really defensive here. But right now, I do think that's the right call. Czech's definitely in that top gun seat. And nice harassment on the ward. And Fan and I's going to get a couple. Will we see the Avatar get popped? Ooh. Nice Fan and I's. Just going to blink right on out. Outside that MK's range. We do see staff teleportation as we do have Infi pushing into Czech's expansion. Level 3 on the Paladin. Another Fan and I's from the Warden. Right now, Infi's still just trying to get some damage done. Poking and prodding, bolt and banish on the Demon Hunter. See how much damage he took? But the Blood Mage did get surrounded. Infi with the Staff Sanctuary is able to staff him out, though. Oh, I'm so sorry. Right now, it's currently 47 supply versus 58. Infi might actually be under that low upkeep on purpose. It looks like he's banking up on gold. 2k gold. Now he's breaking into that upkeep, getting some mortars. Obviously, mortars with fragmentation shards do a lot of damage to Dryads. Huge amount of damage to Dryads. And it looks like Czech's army comp's mainly Dryads. Obviously, he's been trying to get enough anti-air to deal with all these Griffins and Dragonhawks of Infi. And Infi's still just being annoying. Looks like he's going to push in the Czech's main. He is keeping Czech going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And even pulling the Warden. It looks like she was going to go off and harass. Oh, Mountain King getting caught out a little. Ooh, Warden might blink to her death if she's not careful. Nice dodges on those Griffins. Blinks right out in. Fan and Knives. So much damage going in. Staff Sanctuary gonna bring the Mountain King back. Bolt onto the Warden. Now without getting more peasants though, I'm gonna blink right on out.
A player's force is under siege.
Alright, staff's being used. Staff Sanctuary gonna go down on this Griffin, and Infi really trying to do this hit and run tactic, but I think Czech has things on lockdown. Infi's not really doing much damage. More Hippogriffs being built off into the side. 3k gold is all Czech has left in total. Infi down to 500 gold. That's his last gold mine on this map. So Infi's gonna have to try to do something here, or else he's gonna be out of gold and won't be able to remake armies here. Alright, Roar's coming in. Spoil onto the Warden, Siphon mana. She's gonna use the invulnerability potion. Blink coming in. Not enough mana for a Fan of Knives. There it is. Holy Light gonna go down on one of the mortars. Staff frick. Scroll of protection being popped. Long range bolt gonna catch a bear. Oh, and here comes these hippogriffs. Dragonhawks do manage to ensnare most of them though. Alright, now the Paladin gonna use Divine Shield. Warden blinking in. Fan of Knives. I'm not sure who's winning. Mountain King is using an invuln pot. The mortar's in the back doing nice damage to those Dryads. But I don't think Czech has enough anti-air to deal with this. Level 4 on the Blood Mage. Oh, I don't think Czech has enough anti-air. There's just so many Dragonhawks here. Mana burn onto the Mountain King. Bolt onto the Warden. Siphon mana again. Holy Light on a Dragonhawk. And there's just so much human air. Oh, Paladin gonna use Divine Shield again. Holy Light onto the Mountain King. Demon Hunter using the invuln pot. Someone leveled up. Warden getting level 8. She's getting pretty low though. A lot of focus onto her. Oh, she gets to the Moonwell Juice in time. Blink on him, but the Demon Hunter does go down. Oh, blinks right down in. Fan of Knives, but Czech losing everything, and GG's called. And as soon as this replay is over. Okay, so Infi taking a 2-0 lead in this best of 7. I think it's a best of 7. Or it's a best of 5. I'm still not sure yet, but we will just see. If you like this cast, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to watch me play Warcraft 3, follow me at Twitch at Thendis32, and I will catch you guys later.